Welcome back, everyone, to episode 2 of my long play for the game Soul Blazer. In the first episode, we managed to complete the very first area of the game, which was Grass Valley. I don't think there was anything left over for us to do here at this point. Obviously, there's going to be at least 2 monster layers that we'll have to come back to complete, simply because they had enemies that we could not kill with the weaponry that we currently have. So all we really need to do now is go into the temple, go up to the big orange button up here that we normally use to save, and it'll allow us now to move to the next area. Select move, and we move on. I always enjoyed this song. I think it's a nice melody. Not a whole lot going on with it, but this maybe this is a song I use just as like the build up for each episode, like as the intro song for them. Certainly an idea. I also like this one, but yeah, I think the other one would make a nice touch as like an intro song for the game. So as I mentioned before, these 2 portals here usually act as the portal for the very first major dungeon you go into in each area, and then the one on the right is the very last dungeon before the boss usually. But the middle one is almost always going back to the main town. And just like Grass Valley, there's nothing here yet. This is going to be, I believe, a suit of armor that we can pick up at a future point in the game. Nothing else that we can do at this point, just go into the first dungeon area. There's that slap bass again. Up released a bird. And a big tree as well, or at least the stump of a tree. And as is the theme of this game, the tree stumps can talk as well as the bird that I released. So I actually released 2 things that can talk. Alright, let's see if we can knock them all out in one shot. Here we go. Bam! Nope, can't hit him. Got that. Done. I think pretty much every area in the game has at least 1 new sword and 1 new set of armor that you can pick up, and in some cases you can pick up 2 of certain sets of items. I would also say most of them have 1 magic spell that you can learn, but not always. And I've released a dog. And as with the layers that we close and then the people that we save, we get a little bit of health every time. Well, actually, I think we get all our health back every time we gain a level. So that's one of the nice touches about the design of the game. Again, they don't punish you for getting hit by enemies as severely as they probably could in this game. Oh, that's funny. I was hitting him just standing here. The sword being held out in front of you is a good tactic against that very first boss and a couple of the early enemies, but it quickly loses some of its punch in later levels of the game simply because you only do a single point of damage per tick when you hit enemies, so that like that Whereas as you get further in the game and better weapons, you start doing much more damage with each swing of your sword. So it's nice early on, not too useful much later in the game. There we go. See how much health I get back for saving a squirrel. I got... Hold on. A small voice is coming from a hole.
Oh, I am starving. If someone can bring me something to eat, I will exchange this powerful sword with them.
I got 2 points of health for that. No. Ouch. Almost look like that dragon is wagging its tail. Ow. I start making smarter decisions. Where is my... Okay, so I have the herb equipped right now. Alright. You'd think the Sword of Life would give you life every kill, but it does not. That gem! There we go. Path forward. I believe you destroy a monster lair to get that waterfall out of the way. Ow. Dragging out of the way. What? That should have been hitting him. Never released a bird. Oh. I got another jewel. This will probably give me experience and then give me the chance to go back. EXP. Yep, there we go. Greenwood. We're going to stay. I think there's a little bit more we can do right now. We don't have to go back to open a path yet. Okay, so I guess I had forgotten about that. The medical herb immediately applied its effect since I already had one in my inventory, so that's why they allow you to pick it up even if you already have one. I've released a mole. I think this one gives me something. Here we go. Voice is calling Nub from the hole.
I am the creature who brings light to darkness. I will help you upon your return.
A mole, which I'm pretty sure have a hard time seeing in the light, so that's interesting. Let's see if we can get through the next area. We might need to go back because I think this is a dark area. Nope. Looks like it's fine. It is dim. I wouldn't say it's dark. I think there are areas that are actually dark that you need that mole's help to see in. There we go. Oh. What? And I can't pick up any of them. Alright, some of this is nonsense. I know I'm hitting you. How did that hit nothing? Nub released a crocodile. And his mole friend was promptly eaten. The end. Found a strange bottle. Well, I never used the first strange bottle, so that did nothing for me. How many we got left? 4. If I'm not mistaken, some of these, yep, move. That's one of those things where if you have the moles help, you should be able to see that as a different color of statue. Now released a squirrel. We got some more in here. One of these. No? This one. There he is. Gotcha. Maybe you? No? You. Gotcha. Again, best way to do damage with this weapon is to hit the blade at the end of its arc, because it does more hits per swing. Sometimes it's not that easy to get in the right position on time and get the enemy before they disappear and move. Do the best you can. I think this is where the portal is for this dungeon. The answer is no. Nope, found 50 gems. One left, so we missed something here. We might come back down here and see if we can find it with the mole. So I think that's what it is the mole has to be a part of your group of spirits, your spinning orb. Nope, released a deer. It's an entire stage. Thank you for just standing there, idiot. That's another one of those timed portals where they only release every couple of seconds. Why does the explosion of the portal take a couple of seconds? That doesn't make any sense. I get the enemies are releasing if they can all release at the same time after, a couple seconds wait, but you don't need that to happen if the portal is empty and now you can just close it. We're done here. So I think what we'll do is we'll go down here, we'll use the portal to get back to town, get the mole's help. I think that may be the main thing we can do. Was it in here? Or, no, it was up here, right? What did we miss? This is how we got out. So we want to go to the other set of stairs. There. Whoa. I also never found that item. I think maybe that's what we missed, is there's a portal right there. Yep. So let's go get to that guy. Ow. Boy, the hit detection on this is pretty garbage. There's a better spell coming in this area that fires arrows in all 4 directions. Well, that was really not worth it. I was hoping for something useful. Ow, ow. And the gem is right here. Owie. I don't know if time stops. Oh, it does. Okay. So I could have stood in front of it and gotten back to the town. Talk with the Stump. Please listen carefully. What up, Stump? This is Greenwood. This land was developed by a dog named Turbo. He created this town so animals could come here and feel safe. And then they cut me down. Those jerks. This is the hungry squirrel. Welcome to the Squirrel's Exchange Store. I am hungry. If you can bring me something to eat, I will trade you something. He won't tell you what. He'll just tell you he's going to trade you something. I guess this is the one that leads back to the portal, so we don't need that yet. Turbo the dog used to live with a human named Dr. Leo. Turbo learned a great many things from him. He used branches from the trees to make a tool called a raft. And there's the mole I need to talk to right there, and some bones. You must bring me something that once belonged to Monmo. Okay. Nothing here yet. We will be able to... Oh, no, go back. Go back. We'll be able to get there eventually, just not yet. Or talk to this Stump. Even though I don't look like it, I am from the sky just like you. I light up the darkness. You cheer up everyone. Let's work together to revive the world. The creature who lights up darkness joined up. I would like to defer on that point. I don't think I cheer up any of the enemies that I'm violently murdering. Who are you? Why are you trying to walk over me? You have some nerve. Okay, but don't hurt me. Immediately break one of his vertebrae. The birds tell me many stories. I am thankful for them because I can't move from this spot. The birds tell me Lost Side Marsh has 3 shrines. One is called water, another is fire, and the third is light. We tell the trees what is taking place, and in turn they give us seeds to eat. So I guess you could say we sort of have a give and take relationship. And I think I already talked to him, so, well, did I? Please, come take a walk with me. Sure. Alright, let's go. The island over there is a graveyard. My twin brother is the island guard. I haven't opened that up yet. This is Green Theater. A group called the Woodston Trio is a local favorite here. Thank you for walking with me. Oh, one more thing. We animals communicate not only with our voices, but also... If I step like this and wag my tail, it means thank you. Did you already know that? And that'll be the only time it gets used in the entire game. They never do that again. If you find a particular mole, you will be able to see in the dark. Make sure you talk to all the moles, which I've already done. Or at least I've talked to the ones that are visible. We'll get some more later. Fortunately, those gem warps are a one-way path. There is no way to get back to the gem other than just going back through the level again, which I don't think is this way. It's this way. Gotta go up here. Alright, now let's go this way. We want to go back down and make sure that we didn't miss anything in the bottom. There was the one portal that, or the one enemy layer that we didn't finish. So let's go find that. And there's the light that we got from the mole. What I believe happens, not 100% certain on this, is there is a pathway that will be made visible simply by having this new light source available. Like I said, even though we already killed them off, you would be able to see that the statue that you had to destroy was a different color based on the light shining on it. little tricks that they added to the game to make it so that your light orb was important. Oh, I probably could have seen this no matter what. Just walk right on past it. Come on. There we go. Come on. Touch the portal. Nub received delicious seeds. By the way, that is not how you spell received. That's gonna drive me nuts. There's so many typos in this game. Let's go back the way we came in. Oh, not this way. It's funny, I do the best I can to catch every typo that I make in my own normal Nubs Collection episodes where I add edits and type little comments about the video while it's playing. Even I catch stuff after the fact that sometimes I screw up and it drives me nuts when I see it. It's things I know are wrong and I shouldn't have let slip, and somehow they still end up getting past my review of the video before I post it. So I apologize if it annoys you as much as it annoys me. Know that you're not alone and that I don't do those things on purpose or through some lack of attentiveness on my part, or I don't know, lack of intelligence, maybe I should say. Nub released a dog. Oh, no, you don't. Ow! Yes, you do. Oh, come on, hit him. There we go. Ah, this was the portal back. So we're going to go back. Normally I wouldn't do this, but we have the seeds we need to get the sword, and I want to get that sword as soon as possible. It does extra damage, and it has a special bonus effect, which we'll see in a second here. Ah, I smell some delicious seeds. You have some, don't you? Yeah, but I'm going to eat them, so screw you. I will exchange this sword with you for the seeds. I've received the Psycho Sword. I didn't say I was going to exchange them. Alright, so now we have the Psycho Sword. Invincible monsters temporarily paralyzed. So there's going to be some enemies that we cannot damage at this point in the game. As I mentioned before, some of them are metal, and the act of hitting them just makes a clanging sound that does no damage to the enemy. Now when I hit them with this sword, they actually get paralyzed temporarily, and we can, I think, walk through them without damage, possibly. The other type of enemy that we'll see is enemies that are spiritual or spirit-based. Those enemies we also cannot damage. The only way that we can get them out of the way, at least temporarily, is to hit them with this sword. We do get a sword later in the game that damages spirits as well. That's an actual near the end sword. Not an end game sword, but very close. There we go. It's the second of the 3 temples that we can get to, and I don't think there's anything else we can do yet except go in the temple. So, yeah, you see that scorpion there? Metal. Oh, thank you. That makes things easier. Just go stand on a corner for me and let me whack away at you. Penalty free. Alright. Whoa. Nub released a dog who runs a cafe, even though he doesn't have thumbs, so he potentially can't hold tools with anything other than his mouth. Which means everything that you eat in that restaurant was in his mouth at some point. I don't know if I'd want to eat at a buffet served by mouth. And this is probably the Scorpion's portal there, so we won't be able to get to that just yet. We'll have to come back at a later time. Ooh. Nothing inside. That is the biggest FU in the video game, and in all games. To have a treasure chest that you open and it gives you nothing. Portal down even further. We don't need to... Okay, so you do take damage even if they're paralyzed. We don't have to go down that set of stairs just yet, and there are some enemies that we can still kill before we leave. Thankfully, most of the monster enemies like this only represent one layer in an entire dungeon. So it's not like you're missing half of the portals or layers simply by having an enemy you can't kill yet. We got 3 more that we can close in here before we go downstairs. That was dumb. I should have just let him walk on by. Do 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 do. Walk on spy. Yes, I'd added an S on the end of that. Come on. Get down here. Alright, fine. There we go. Not released a crocodile. Now we can get to the island where all the graves are. What good will that serve? I think one of those has an item we need. We may not be able to get to it just yet, but we will eventually. Or maybe not. No. I take it back. That item is not at the graveyard. It's somewhere else that I'm thinking of. Alright, so there's one more layer that we can close. There are the actual graves, not just piles of rocks. Because now the dogs also possess the ability to wield tools for carving stone. This game doesn't make a ton of sense. We can go ahead and kill this guy now, or kill the guys in this portal now, and then come back to it later, and then that's the portal for the metal scorpions up at the top right. Alright, so now when we come back to that pair of steps in a little bit, we can actually go and open that portal. And this is where we're going to realize we probably should have gone back to the town, but we'll worry about that later. And we may end up going back to the town before we leave this dungeon anyway, because I think there's another gem that you can use. And the reason for that is this ground here, you'll see it change color. If you walk on it while it's red like that, you take damage because it's super hot from all the fiery lava. And there's a suit of armor in the town that you can pick up that is ice armor, and it makes it so you don't take damage from touching those floors. I made it! Ooh, that was close. Thankfully, it only damages you once it's fully lit up. There we go. There's the gem I was thinking of. Oop. And... go. I'm gonna make it, I'm gonna make it! Yeah. Now, I don't know if I have what I need to get to the armor yet. I'm gonna try it anyway. I got light arrow magic now. We're gonna go back. This may be a mistake. I might have needed to open another portal before we could get what I was here for. If that's the case, so be it. So those two are unlocked already. It's a stump I gotta talk to. I already had you open, yeah. Yada, yada, yada. Alright, let's see if we can find that stump. Perhaps this way. Can I talk to this one? I cannot talk to this crocodile. How about you? What you got? I am guarding the graveyard. I hear someone snoring, but can't tell from which direction the sound is coming. So he's telling us that there is a stump snoring nearby, but he can't figure out where it is. We'll find that stump in a second. Maybe this way? Come on. Ah, these tunnels are very fidgety. Here it is. Alright, so you talk to the squirrel, he doesn't know who's snoring either. I hear someone snoring. I cannot tell who is making the noise. It's this tree stump. Now place the dream rod upon the stump. So, before you talk to the bird, you want to pop this open because that is how you get to the ice armor, and I think if you talk to him, you leave. Even though I am only a stump in real life, I often dream that I am a bird and can fly wherever I wish. Which is sad, because it means that he can never wake up, or he can never move from where he is. And he doesn't wake up after you do that, but yeah, think about that. Being stuck in the same spot for the rest of your entire life. And I don't mean, oh, I live in the same area and I do all the same things the rest of my life. I mean literally not being able to move at all. That would stink. This is a restaurant. Would you like to see the menu? Sure. Great. Let me tell you our special of the day. You! I'm just kidding. Please don't be offended. This restaurant is famous for delicious food and fruit drinks. No, I'm quitting. See you later. I can tell what something is just by its smell. All right, let me start doing my job. I smell a giant pile of feces in this direction. From right, I smell fresh air. From down, I smell a mole. What is that smell? I smell something strange coming from up. I was joking, but literally, I think he went to a bathroom. It's around here somewhere. I smell something really strange. He's talking about the outhouse. Oh, this is our bathroom. Thank you for walking with me. I will tell you a secret. I can smell some armor north of here. Nub received ice armor. Alright, now I can put on new armor. So I don't have to worry about the floors anymore, but there are going to be, I think, areas in the future where the armor will not have any effect on hot flooring, so that's useful here and not much beyond this area except for the defensive quality. Did I already talk to this guy? Yeah, I did. Okay. We have to have all three of the people there in order to, or animals there to do their special trick, their dance. Let's go ahead and portal back to the second dungeon. I do like that bass. And we're back. Stairs right there. And the stairs right here. Not too bad getting back. And we have 6 layers down here left. Probably only 5 that we can do. We don't need anything that way, I don't think. Stuff up here. See, I don't get hurt now by walking on this. Although I never actually demonstrated what would happen if you walk on it when you can take damage, which is your health basically drains away real quick, so you do not want to step on that without the armor. I know they have to vary things and keep the map fresh, or the design of the maps fresh. I always thought it was kind of a bummer when you see a portal in an area that you can't access yet, and you know before you even finish killing the enemy in the lair that it's just going to open a path to another set of enemy layers. So you always want to see something tangible as a reward. And just giving the option to kill more enemies is kind of a bummer. Oh, there's my new magic, by the way. Ah, I went through. Come on! Alright, I'm going to stand here. And you're going to stay right there. Oh, crap. Alright, give him a second to clear. And touch it. Yeah, see, that's kind of a bummer, because, you know, I'm going to finish this off, and it's just going to take me on a path to more enemies. Medical herb? Nope, gems. I've released a bird. There's a bird sleeping in front of Turbo's gravestone. So now we know where Turbo, the animal friend of Lisa, resides in this area, and the answer is it's a dead dog. I say it because it could be male or female. We don't know. I've released a mole. Ah, I only killed one of them. I've released a deer. A doe. A deer. A female deer. There's one layer left, but we won't be able to do anything about it because it's the scorpion layer, so leave it and move on. Now, there was one enemy layer that we couldn't reach on that second floor, or first basement. I'm not sure what you would call that since we went down one level. And that is something that we have to go down this way to get to. There we go. I've released a squirrel. I think we have to go back to help one character in this area back in Greenwood before we can finish the last dungeon. There we go. Yeah, see. Now began to hear a small voice. We are rafts made from the branches of trees in Greenwood. If you cannot prove that you are from Greenwood, we will not let you ride. So you gotta step on the raft. It's like, nah, I don't think so. So we have to go back to the town and find a pile of branches that will convince them that we're from Greenwood. In theory, you could just walk over to any of these stumps that have branches on them and just cut them off because it's a stump, but I'm not a heartless monster. Unlike the animals that chopped the tree down in the first place, I need to take a walk and work some of this food off. And now I have a squirrel that follows me everywhere. There's no purpose to that, it's just a gag. I am always digging in the ground. Sometimes I dig up strange things. I just dug up some dog bones to the southeast. I got scared and reburied them. He's talking about the bones that you could see down there. And nothing else I could do there, so... There is a mole that we need to talk to somewhere. Just bring me something that once belonged to Monmo. That may be it. Alright, so let's go up. And start looking all over to see if we can find the item or person that we're missing. We already talked to those two and those two. I think I talked to the tree here. Yeah, this is the verbose one about the 3 temples. Alright. Is there anything down at the grave? Actually, there is. I know there is something at the grave. So the bird is asleep. Probably won't give me anything, but we'll go into his dream. Touch a small bird with a dream rod. I laid my rod on his head. So touch the portal first, because this is a thing, again, where I think talking to the bird first will end the dream. Turbo refused to give his life to the evil one, Death Toll. He fought Death Toll trying to save Greenwood and all its animals, but he was defeated, and that is sad. Let's talk to who is presumably Turbo. Nub, go to the Light Shrine and release the Guardian of the Woods. You will find what you are looking for. There is a bird, Tiki, that may tell you how to use the raft. You must protect Greenwood now that I am gone. Turbo, wait! And now the bird is awake. That's something that you have to get in the habit of doing, is switching back to the medical herb, or else you'll forget and then die and think that you got ripped off by not having it, having the medical herb activate upon your death. The rafts will only carry the residents of Greenwood. Maybe if you bring something that used to belong to Turbo, they might help you. There are some leaves from Greenwood buried with Turbo. Here lies Turbo, builder of Greenwood. So now we go down this portal. And here we go. The leaves of Greenwood are found under the dog bones. Which is sad, if you think about it, that even though this was the creator, the builder of Greenwood, guardian, whatever you want to call him, and his body was laid to rest, all these goddamn moles in the area kept digging around his body. They have no respect for the dead here. I don't think there's anything else we need to do here. We can just go ahead and head back to the 3rd temple. Or head back to the exit of the 2nd one, leading to the 3rd, I should say. Before you touch it, you gotta have the branches equipped, or else they won't see them. Those are leaves from Greenwood, Turbo's symbol. We will take you to the Light Shrine. But not the shortest way, we just move in the exact direction you're walking, and that's it. I got hit by a butterfly. Without a doubt, the most violent butterfly to ever exist. There we go. That released a mole. A mole behind a mole. Standing right next to me, he's like, duh, I don't know what to do. And if you look at their face, they have their mouth just kind of wide open at all times, so they are literally just going, "Duh." I don't think I ever mentioned this in the first episode, but the game that we're playing now is based on a Japanese title called Soul Blader, not Blazer, in Japan. And I believe Soul Blader had a manga that was published along with this video game. Probably had similarities in the story, but maybe I didn't follow it beat for beat. I've never actually seen the story before, so I have no idea, but it's one of those situations where the Japanese source probably has some elements to it that we don't get in the American release. Not to mention, whenever a game is developed in Japan and translated after the fact, there's usually some elements that get confused or lost in translation because not every interpreter who's translating from Spanish to English is necessarily getting the full context of whatever it is that they're trying to explain to you. Turns out that Japanese kanji can have meanings that maybe are not easily translated to English. Those weird language quirks. And Japanese isn't the only language like that. There are words in German that are incredibly long and also have meanings that we don't have an adequate substitute for in English. So these are spirit-based enemies. You can stop them, but you can't defeat them at this point in the game. Gotcha. Oh. And we got 7 left in this area. This is a big area. Oh. Soul Blazer is one of those games that I would consider comfort food. One of those games that, you come back to on a semi-regular basis or regular basis and just replay because, a certain element of its design just is satisfying. Even if you've played it dozens of times and you know every in and out and trick to it, it's still fun to return to no matter how many times you've beaten it. This is one of those games that I probably rented a half dozen or a dozen times, would beat it, take it back to the store. If I had nothing else to rent from the rental store, I would go back and pick it up again. This is a game that I do officially own, so if I had not done a long play for it, we probably would have covered it in Nub's collection, but it's one of those games that I wanted to go ahead and play all the way through to the end. All these seem to be just opening portals back to the main entrance for the area. Yep. There is one more that we can pop. Those spirits do come from a single monster lair that we cannot get to at this point, or can't close at this point. Oh, nice try. Nub released a squirrel. I think that is one that covers an item that we cannot make use of just yet, but we do want to talk to him and get it from him anyway. We'll discuss it in full once we get to that point. Ow! I got my herbs equipped. Alright, and this is where the light source from that one mole is going to really come into play. There's 6 layers down here. Gonna find the exit eventually. Yep. Gotcha. Ooh, big gem. Oh, nice timing on that. Level up, give me some extra life to go into the final area here before the boss, because this is the last dungeon, and I don't know if this is exactly where we need to go to exit or head into the dungeon, or if we got to go down one more level. I think this is it. I think this is before we get to the boss fight in this area. Oh. 4 more. Hi. The good news is if I do start taking a ton of damage, there's an easy way back to the temple here. This is where the 3rd portal for this area is located, so we don't have too much to worry about as far as getting health and losing progress. This is not a terribly difficult game, and they do give you plenty of equipment that will help mitigate damage or make you more powerful. Come on, stop it. You jerk. Noticing a little bit of audio lag. This is being played on my Retron 5, just like most of the games that we look at right now on the channel, simply because I've tested my Super Nintendo recently. We were going to use it for the recording of the episode I did for the Super Bomberman multiplayer. Unfortunately, it didn't work. It's one of those systems that had been evergreen, never had a single issue trying to get it to work in the past, and when I go back to it to try to record an episode where I needed access to my multi-tap, of course it no longer worked. My name is Monmo the Mole. This place is so bright I cannot see. Would you please lead me to my house? I will follow you. Please take to the hole that leads to my home. All right, talk to me when I am standing in the right place. Please take to the hole. That seems like exactly what I want to have as the title for the 2nd episode. Please take to the hole. Please don't walk so fast. I can't keep up with you. Maybe this one? I'll give you a present. Could you wait here? Now, the irony is if you wait here, he never comes back up. You have to just go inside. What? Did a female mole come by here? No, I am living down here alone. Oh, I think I have heard this story. There once was a cute female mole living around here, but she was taken away by evil creatures. I am scared. And now we get the ribbon, which we need to give to that mole down there so that we can get to the mole behind the mole. And the tunnels are starting to get more open so that you can bounce between areas a little more easily. Let's go ahead and put it on. Mole's ribbon, a ribbon that Monmo, a mole, used to be fond of when she was alive. A lot of dead animals in this area. That's Monmo's ribbon. All right. I will move if you give that to me. They're killing me with these all rights. 1L. 1. I didn't know that he was a ghost. So now there are 3 dead animals in this area I'm talking to. Both of us fell in love with Monmo. One day, Monmo was captured by evil. I'm going to put quotes around that evil. I think one of the jealous moles probably kidnapped her. She tried to rescue her, but he tried to rescue her, but never came back. Suddenly, he appeared. I had no idea what happened to him. Anyways, take this bracelet and revive Greenwood. This is a very important item. I know those 2 moles would have liked to live here in peace. Now I've received shield bracelet. So the nice thing about this item that I just picked up is it reduces the damage received from enemies by half. That is a critical item going into some of the later areas of this game where you're cutting the amount of damage every hit does to you by half. That's an incredible item. Not only is it incredible, but there is a later version of this item that actually acts as 2 items at once. So you get double the benefit. Thank you for releasing me. I will give you this. I've received the Master's Emblem C. So this is an item that you need to pick up a group of 8. And what it'll do is it'll give you an item that makes it so you can cast magic without expending gems. Or maybe it reduces the amount of gems you use. I'm not sure. But in either case, basically just makes it so that magic no longer requires as much, if any, magic to activate. I think we already talked to this guy. Yeah. Well, maybe not. It doesn't matter. We do what we needed to there. We can go up. Oh! There's a gag here that we skipped because I never had to go through here before. There. Boo! Come on, aren't you surprised? Have you talked to him while he's hiding? Phew! Normally that path is closed and the only way through there is to bump into him, so... we have him. He'll go find a tree, and I think he rams into it to knock a gem down. Stand back and watch. Damn tree gems. What did you think? I hope this helped. The Master's emblems are all over the world. They are fairly difficult to find. Collect all 8 emblems. Will not require gems when casting magic. Yeah, so that's another grammatical typo or error there aside. Yeah, you don't have to use gems if you find all the emblems. This will make fighting much easier. If you collect all 8, bring them to me. Alright, so I think that is everything that we could do in this area, and now all that's left is to fight the boss. Which it looks like we might get this done in another tidy 1-hour chunk. I say that, and now I'm going to probably die when I get to that boss. Alright, that was the last layer that we could do anything about in this area, because the spirit balls there are the final layer. And here's the boss. Alright, so we got the shield bracelet on, the best armor, the best sword, and light arrow magic, which you probably won't use because I don't think magic works on the enemies. You have to hit them with your sword. There we go. Almost done. First one down. Second one. I just stand in place. He's going to keep dancing around me. Easy boss fight. So obviously they represent the 3 types of dungeons that we went into. A typical theme that you'll notice in a lot of Japanese games is that lightning and light typically are the same thing, same element. So that's why, even though this area is the temple of quote-unquote light, he fights me with lightning. Alright, that's the second area down. Game's moving nice steady pace.
I am the guardian of the woods. Thank you for releasing me. I will give you the green stone upon your return.
Well, thank you for not taking a dump in my hand and saying it's the brown stone. Where was that portal? It's back this way, right? There it is. And as soon as I walk out, I think he starts talking. There we go.
I am the guardian of the woods. I have been watching the world for a long time. Nub, a dog named Turbo, has buried something near my roots. You will need this green stone someday, so please take it.
Nub received the greenstone. Thank you, tree. And that is it, I think, for this area, because the only other thing that we would have been able to do, and probably won't need to, is if you talk to these three, they'll do a little trick where they have you try to pick which one is the true squirrel or the true one of these animals, and they'll all disguise themselves as a single animal, and you just gotta, it's like a shell game, basically. But if you win, they give you the medical herb. So this one, instead of just giving you the medical herb, you have to work for it a little bit, which is kind of annoying. If I'm out of an herb, I usually go to another area, so I don't have to put up with the nonsense. Oh, the master says nothing to me about this. Alright, so I think that's a good stopping point for this episode. I'll go ahead and record. We should continue. We'll say yes this time because I'm probably going to record another episode right away here, but that is going to do it for episode 2 of my Soul Blazer long play. As always, I do appreciate each of you watching, and I will see you next time.